Only half of young children are getting the fiber that they need, but it can be tricky to get that fiber into their diet. That's why registered dietitian Sarah Remmer is here now with some easy food swaps for parents. Good morning to you, Sarah. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
This is a tricky one.
This is a tricky one.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. We've run into this in my house with my kids, but you've got some really simple ideas.
I do, yeah.
But why is it so important to get the fiber into our kids' diets?
Well, fiber is really important for many reasons. So not only digestive health and staying regular, like we know fiber to help with,
but
also it helps to prevent chronic disease like heart disease, diabetes, cancer. And for young kids, I really like the fact that it makes them feel fuller longer. So it helps them to learn how to self-regulate their appetite so that they're not hungry every hour on the hour asking for snacks all day.
That's right. And they do that, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, and high fiber foods just tend to be more nutritious anyways. So it's kind of getting away from those packaged processed foods that so many parents are really relying on, unfortunately, because they're easy, convenient.
They're fast,
They're fast, but those products have been stripped of the fiber and a lot of the nutrition. So we just have to get back to whole foods.
Okay, all right, well, let's do that. Okay, so where do we start?
All right, so we're going to talk about healthy food swaps that any family can make. So just easy things that they can do at home to get out those processed foods without very much fiber and get more fiber into kids' diets.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so let's talk about fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
I don't know about you, but I love those little squeezy packs of fruits and veggies.
Yes,
and I love the fruit cups, right? They're convenient, they're easy, kids love them, right?
Love them.
But they have been stripped of that fiber, so they're not going to make kids feel as full for as long. So I say whole fruits, right? Like cut up an apple.
This is what we do every day.
Exactly. Make a smoothie with whole fruits instead of giving fruit juice, which has, again, been stripped of that fiber and a lot of the nutrition. It's not going to make kids feel very full. It's not going to be very nutritious, so make a smoothie.
And it was about that skin, too, right?
Exactly.
You want them to eat that skin.
You want to keep the skin on. Yeah, so my kids don't know fruits and vegetables without the skin on.
Same.
They just know, so right from day one, just start them with the skin, and then they won't know the difference. Yeah, and you can add things like, if for a smoothie, you can add things like chia seeds and hemp hearts and flaxseed to boost the fiber even more and boost the nutrition even more.
In your smoothies.
That's
perfect.
Right. Yeah.
That's a great idea. Okay. What about whole grains?
So, I mean, what kid doesn't love starchy white carbohydrates? And I mean, I love them too, right?
Of course, who doesn't?
They're really a nice food to eat. They're just easy. They're neutral tasting. Kids love them. But the fact is, again, the fiber's been stripped out of those foods, so they're not going to be very filling, not very nutritious.
Right.
And so we need to be choosing whole grains most of the time. So things like whole grain, whole wheat flour instead of, or bread instead of white bread.
Right.
Whole grain pasta instead of white pasta.
And you know, I did the same thing. I started them with the whole grain pasta so they don't know the difference.
Same with me. Yeah, same thing. So Catelli actually has a fantastic lineup of products. My personal favorite is the ancient grains. So this ancient grains pasta has 5 ancient grains, so whole grains inside of it. Yeah, so it's actually a really filling, nutritious pasta and still cooks up the same and tastes great. So there's amaranth and millet and sorghum and teff and quinoa inside of this pasta. So, and there's also this one here, which is actually a white pasta that's been fortified with oat fiber, which is fantastic. So kids that don't like that whole grain kind of texture.
Right.
Catelli150.ca. They have a whole lineup of recipes for families that are easy and using these high fiber pasta varieties. Yeah, they're sharing Canada's 150th birthday this year, so they've come up with this whole collection of recipes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's move on to these beans and legumes and things like that.
Yeah,
that's a tricky one.
I know, it is tricky. Some kids don't like that taste or texture, but again, start them early.
Right.
Beans and lentils are really cost effective, so they're very cheap, but they're very nutritious.
Okay.
And so I just use canned most of the time. I rinse canned beans, I rinse canned lentils. Sometimes I cook them up, it's not too hard. And they serve as a great meat alternative. So really high fiber, really high protein, so just really nutrient dense.
Even suggesting to bake with them.
Yeah, I bake with lentils specifically all the time.
Wow.
They add moisture, they add fiber, they add protein. Really easy to use. So these are some muffins that have been made with lentils. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So just a great option for kind of that meatless Monday.
Wonderful. So many great ideas here. So many fantastic food swaps. Sarah, thank you so much for being here, as always. Some great ideas. Okay, there you go, Andy. Let's get the kids eating some lentils.
She makes it sound so easy, though, doesn't she?